Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Game Night in the Region, streaming live on the Region Sports Network. We come to you tonight from Crown Point High School as the Region Sports Network presents coverage of high school softball. We have the Lake Central Indians visiting the Crown Point Bulldogs. I'm Leo Stauderher. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's broadcast, and this should be a good one between two highly ranked Duneland Conference rivals. Have the Indians of Lake Central entering with a record of 22-3 overall, 11-0 in conference play. They are 11-1 on the road. They have won their last three. The Bulldogs of Crown Point enter with a record of 19-2 on the year. They are 10-1 in conference play, 8-1 here at Cynthia Field. They have won their last 10. So two explosive offenses, two teams with good pitching staffs. This should be a fun one as we get ready, getting closer to first pitch here. So let's take a look at the conditions here. With the first pitch forecast. The first pitch forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast, it's 76 degrees and cloudy here at Crown Point. There is wind blowing towards right field, blowing out towards right field, so that will be something to monitor as the game progresses. There is a chance for rain starting around 6 o'clock, so team's hoping to pitch quickly so we are not around when that occurs, and that is the game night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. So we mentioned some of the pitchers, the offenses. Let's get into the starting lineup. Now it's time to look at the Great Lakes Sports Hub batting order for the Lake Central Indians. The road team, they will be taking first at bats. Leading off and playing third base is Kate Renchen. The senior, Jesse Del Toro, plays right field, bats second. Tegan Tripp plays first, bats third. In the cleanup spot is the shortstop Taylor Schaefer. Lexi Iwema plays center field, bats fifth. Batting sixth, playing second is Michaela Van Vossen. Izzy Kalinsky will be the designated player tonight. She bats seventh. Sophia Beals bats eighth, plays left field. And Maddie Wainwright rounds out the 1 through 9 from Yvette Tovar. She will be the catcher tonight. So the Indians, that is their 1 through 9. Great Lakes Sports Hub, more than a dome. Moving along, we'll take a look at the starting pitchers for both squads. And those are brought to you by Enigenberg Home. It's time to introduce the starting pitchers for tonight's game. That means we'll turn to the Enigenberg Exteriors Home Improvement Hurlers for today, presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. For the Bulldogs, they'll be sending Lexi Smith to the circle. She is 7-0 on the season in 12 appearances. She's gone 44 2/3 innings with an ERA of 2.66. Just 43 hits against her. She's surrendered 25 runs, 17 of those earned. She has only walked 11 batters on the season while striking out 53. So we mentioned with the wind blowing out, that helps to have a pitcher that could make batters miss. The opponent in the circle for Lake Central will be Maddie Such. The sophomore is 13-3 on the year. Her ERA of 1.54. This will be her 19th appearance. 64 hits against her, 29 runs, 20 of them earned. She has walked 24 batters while striking out 139. Opponents are batting 187 against her. So two talented pitchers, and that's going to be necessary against these high-powered offenses. So again, with wind blowing out, pitching just becomes that much more important. So both pitchers will have their work cut out for them, and you think with two talented teams like this, it's going to be whoever can make the fewest mistakes, because these teams can capitalize on those. Enigenberg Exteriors, experienced roofing, siding, and contractor serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. Pre-game coverage rolls along here. We'll have National Anthem, plenty more coming up. It's Such against Smith. It's the Indians against the Bulldogs. It's coming up next. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Pre-game coverage continues here at Cynthia Field as we get ready for this matchup between the Crown Point Bulldogs and the Lake Central Indians. Lake Central ranked first in 4A right now, while Crown Point closely behind them at third, so this is big for the state rankings. Both teams riding win streaks. The Indians have won their last three, a 12-1 win at Chesterton, a 4-1 win at Hanover Central, and a 12-0 win at home against Portage. Those are their last three W's, while Crown Point has won their last 10. Their last loss came on April 21st against these Lake Central Indians. That one was played back in St. John, so this is now playing in Crown Point. The Bulldogs looking for revenge, while the Indians will try to do what's so hard to do, beat a team twice in a season, especially a tough team like this one. The Bulldogs won last night against Kankakee Valley 13-0. They had 11 hits in that game by 8 different players, so the offense was producing 1 through 9 in that game as they took care of business yesterday, and will try to bring the win streak to 11 tonight against a tough Lake Central squad. So a lot on the line tonight. You have to think these are two teams that are familiar with each other, and also aware there's very well going to be a third time they'll see each other after this in the postseason, so you will be trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work against these pitchers, and try to set the tone and add to what's been good seasons for both of these. But it is so hard to beat a team multiple times in a season, especially when you get to the postseason. It's both a blessing and a curse when you see a team you've already seen, because you're familiar with them, but also they're familiar with you. And the last time they played, it was a 4-3 win for Lake Central, so a close game at that. And it should be another close one tonight, and both teams with some lopsided wins on the schedule now. You're playing against a tough team, and that changes the mentality when you're beating teams 12-0, 10-0. Not that you can afford a mistake, but mistakes, there's a little more room for leeway. But when you're facing a tough team like this, every play matters. Every ball that's put into the field you have to get to. Every pitch you have to be competitive with, because those plays in the first or second inning could be the ones that decide the game. So this should be a fun one between two local rivals, two conference rivals. So you're getting closer and closer to first pitch here. National anthem just moments away as well. The team's taking the field. We see Lake Central in the all-black uniforms with blue cursive script across the front, blue numbers with white trim on the jerseys, blue stripe along the pants, blue visors to complete the look for the road team from Lake Central. 22-3 on the year. Crown Point on the other side of the diamond. They'll be wearing all white uniforms, white jerseys with red pinstripes, red script across the front, and red numbers on the back. White visors complete their look for the Bulldogs of Crown Point. 19-2 on the season. So we see Lake Central introduced on the field, the Bulldogs getting ready to be introduced in front of their home crowd, and it's a full house here at Cynthia Field. Most fans in the seats directly in front of the press box, with the red backs. Well, some are in the bleachers as well, but a good atmosphere for what should be a good game. Here on a great day for softball as well, hoping to beat the rain, some cloud cover, and that breeze blowing out towards right field could be a big factor in this one.
Number 9, Lulu Johnston. Batting 6th, the catcher, number 16, Evie Cuevas.
You see the Bulldogs, rest of their lineup introduced. We'll get to their starting lineup in the bottom half of the inning, but defensively, it'll be a big night with Lexi Smith at the circle, Cuevas at the dish, Kita and Pert at the corners, Johnston and Govert at the middle infield, and Rangel, Tedman, and Dunlap in the outfield from left to right. Two tough teams. We'll pause for the national anthem. When we come back, it'll be first pitch between Bulldogs and Indians. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time.
Our hero, Lantern Man, faces off against a nefarious insurance swindler.
I'll trick them into a contract and just keep raising the rates.
Luckily, they can make a call to Crow Company's Lantern Man. He's always ready to protect families from the insurance swindler.
I can easily defeat your overpriced policies. Fair prices always prevail when you call me, the Crown Company's Lantern Man.
Crown Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
National anthem has been completed, and so we are getting ready for softball here at Cynthia Field. Crown Point against Lake Central. Both teams on win streaks. One will have that streak end, the other will have it continue. So a good day here in the region for some softball between two local rivals. Lake Central trying to build off of what they did last season, an appearance at semi-state, only 2 losses on the season, 32-2. Crown Point also running a very solid season so far. They had a big win as part of this 10-game win streak against Penn, a 6-5 win on the road against the Kingsmen. That was a huge one. That was one of the team that did end Lake Central's season last year, and I figure they'll be tough again this year. So statement win for the Bulldogs, and they have a chance to try to pick up another one tonight here against the Indians, who will be looking to try to beat Crown Point for the second time this season. So we'll see how the Bulldogs defend their home field as the move into mid-May, the postseason in sight. But you still have to take care of business here in these final 2 weeks, building good habits, doing the little things right, and trying to stack up some wins. So Lexi Smith goes through her final warm-up tosses. Smith, the senior, mentioned 7-0 on the season. Part of a good rotation for the Bulldogs. Smith with 53 strikeouts. But what's even more impressive is those 11 walks. Not to say walks are impressive, but the lack of walks. That any coach will take that. When your pitcher doesn't limit the free passes, that puts you in a good position to go deeper into games. And it also, for the opponent, you really have to work to get on base when your opponent, this is her 12th appearance, so that's less than 1 walk per start for Smith. That will get you far in this game. So Kate Renshin steps into the left-handed batter's box. We are about to start here at Cynthia Field on a windy day. The first pitch from Smith. She fires it in for a strike. We are underway. So the count starts off 0-1. Renshin, the senior third baseman, bats left-handed against this right-handed pitcher. The 0-1, that's away. Evens the count at 1-1. Renshin batting .467 this season, an on-base percentage of .535. That's what you want out of the leadoff spot. A player that gets on base over half of their at-bats. The 1-1. She slaps it foul. It goes off the screen and floats away. So the count now 1-2. Smith gets ahead. That's what you want to do against the leadoff hitter. Get 2 of those first 3 pitches in for strikes. So Smith gets ready for the wind and delivers. That one misses on the outer edge, so evens the count up at 2-2. Good take by Renshin. It seems to be where she's attacking this left-handed hitter, is looking for that outer third of the plate. Here's the 2-2. This one tapped towards shortstop. It's scooped up by Johnston. She throws sidearm, but Renshin's able to beat it out for an infield single. The leadoff batter is on base for Lake Central. So that was good. She was able to get on top of the ball. It skipped a couple bounces over to Johnston, and she had to charge in to get it, and the speedy third baseman is able to get there before the throw. So Jesse Del Toro, the senior right fielder, bats, another left-hander for Lake Central. Works with 1 on and nobody out. She shows bunt but pulls away. Starts the count off 1-0. Del Toro batting .328 on the year, .487 on base percentage. She has 19 hits, 5 of those for extra bases. Smith gets the sign and will deliver the 1-0 pitch. That one's high, moves the count to 2-0. You have to think they're mindful of Renshin over at first base. Watching what she can do. 23 stolen bases on the year. The 2-0. She shows bunt again. That one is in the zone for a strike, so we'll go 2-1. It looks like Renshin lost a piece of equipment over at first. She gets some help from Pert, and we get ready to resume with the count 2-1. Nobody out here in the top of the first. The pitch. Cracked foul off the fence along the third baseline, so the count evens up at 2-2. So Smith now in a similar spot to where she was against the leadoff batter, evened up at 2, looking for the first out of this ball game. So with good speed at first base, we'll see if the Indians look for a way to get her in motion. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. The throw down to second. She slides in safely, but there's 1 away on the play. Del Toro goes down swinging. Renshin scoots over to second base as the throw went towards her back foot and then ricocheted away. So she moves into scoring position. That brings Tegan Tripp up to bat. Tripp, the junior first baseman, batting .373 on the year. She gets ready to work in the right-handed batter's box with a runner at second. The first pitch from Smith. That's high for a ball. So Tripp with 22 RBIs on the year. Bats with 1 away and a runner on. Smith unleashes the 1-0 pitch. Tripp shows bunt, jabs it to the circle. Smith recovers, throws the first in time for out number 2. So the pitcher defends her position well, gets the second out of the inning, and that moves Renshin over to third, but now with 2 away, things get a little trickier for the Indians, and for Crown Point, you want to attack this batter at the plate. Taylor Schaefer, the senior, another lefty for Lake Central. The first pitch, called strike 1. Good job by Smith to get that outer corner. So righty on lefty matchup, 0-1 count. The next pitch hooks inside and it hits Schaefer. So there will now be 2 on after that hit by pitch. Brings Lexi Iwema up to bat with runners on the corners and 2 away. So Crown Point not out of the danger zone yet. Things starting to intensify. As Lake Central, even with 2 away, trying to increase the pressure, make this half inning count. Iwema batting .426 on the year, 27 RBIs. First pitch outside, moving over to second, uncontested, was Schaefer. It's now 2 in scoring position for Iwema. Runners at second and third, 2 away. Renshin reached on an infield single to start the game. The 1-0 pitch, taken for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1. And then Schaefer, the runner at second, was hit by a pitch a batter ago. So a big spot here for Alexi Iwema, center fielder for Lake Central, trying to help her team strike first in this game. The 1-1. Just missing. Outside. Count goes 2-1. So we're seeing Lake Central with a very patient approach, not afraid to take pitches at the start of these at-bats. The 2-1. Another take for my wisely so. This moves the count to 3-1. First base is open, but you have to think Smith wants to get the out here. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. She brought the heat, got her to swing over it, and that fills up the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, and 2 runners on. So a big spot here in the first at-bats of the game. Smith delivers the payoff pitch. It's outside for ball 4. That will load the bases. Iwema moves to first base.
Second baseman, number 17.
And Michaela Van Vossen will bat here with a Lake Central player at every station, 2 away in the inning. The force is active everywhere. She takes the first pitch for strike 1. You don't want to say that this is a must-score opportunity in the first inning of the game, but against a tough opponent, this is one of those spots for Lake Central. You can't go back to the dugout empty-handed. The 0-1. Cracked foul. She's behind 0-2. And for the Bulldogs, though, you think about it, if you can sneak out of this jam without allowing a run, that could energize your side going into your first at-bats. So hardly to say this is the biggest point of the game, but we'll say it's the biggest point of the game so far. The 0-2. Poked away foul. But a big moment to try to capitalize on here. Van Vossen, the junior second baseman, batting .410 season. She has driven in 21 runs. But she's down to her last strike in this at-bat. Here's the 0-2. She swings over it for strike 3. Smith escapes the jam, leaves the bases full. We're through half an inning here, scoreless. The Bulldogs will take their first at-bats when we return. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika Contractors and Electrical Workers of Local 531.
Now it's time to look at the Great Lakes Sports Hub batting order for the Crown Point Bulldogs. You saw them defensively, now we'll see them at the plate. Lexi Smith leads off. She is the pitcher. Scarlett Tegman is the center fielder, bats second. Ashlyn Kita bats third, plays third. Nevia Rangel bats cleanup plays left field. Lulu Johnston is the shortstop. She bats 5th. Evie Cuevas bats 6th, is the catcher. Eva Govert plays 2nd, bats 7th. Corinne Pert plays 1st, bats 8th. And Sam Dunlap bats 9th, plays right field. Here's Smith in the right-handed batter's box against Maddie Such. She sends a fastball high and in for ball 1. So host your next team gathering at the Great Lakes Sports Hub in Crown Point. Check them out on the web at greatlakesportshub.com. So pitcher against pitcher here as the Bulldogs begin their first at-bats. The 1-0. That's on the outer corner for a strike. Evens things up at 1-1. So we saw Smith pick up her 54th and 55th strikeouts of the season in that first inning. Get to her offensive numbers after this 1-1 delivery from Such. She fouls it high beyond the press box as the count moves to 1-2. Smith batting .467 on the season, OBP of 500. She has driven in 15 runs and scored 22. Just as big of a threat at the plate as she is in the circle. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Such sends the fastball inside. Gets Smith to swing through it. So one pitcher strikes out another for a big first out here in the bottom of the first. So Scarlett Techman will bat for the Bulldogs. The junior center fielder. She's batting .464 on the season. The first pitch. Taken for ball 1. So she has that slap hitting approach where she'll dart out of that left-handed batter's box, try to hit it in stride, but did not go there. The 1-0. That's another close miss for ball 2. I always think that this particular style of swing is maybe a little difficult to be an umpire for, where when they're checking, when they're pulling away. The 2-0. She sends that one there for a strike. Moves the count to 2-1. So Maddie Such, the sophomore right-hander for Lake Central. Went through numbers earlier, but we'll go through them again. 13. The payoff pitch here. Tap towards short. It gets past Schaefer. Rolls out to center. It's a one-out single for Tegman. So the Bulldogs waste no time getting their first base runner of the game with their second batter. That'll bring Ashlyn Kita up to bat. Senior playing third base.
Third baseman, number 28.
For the junior playing third base. Kita batting .517 on the year. She has driven in 28 runs, 8 doubles, and 5 home runs on the year. OBP of 519. So she's in a spot now with a runner on and only one away, trying to get this runner moving. And for Such, she'll try to lock down and face a tough hitter. Righty on righty matchup. The first pitch loops outside for ball 1. So Tegman over at first. Kita batting for the Bulldogs here in their opening at-bats. The 1-0 is inside, backs the batter away. Count goes to 2-0. And so, after the Bulldogs squashed a rally from the Indians in the top of this inning, they're trying to work one of their own. The 2-0. That's away. It gets beyond the catcher, goes to the backstop. Tegman will hustle over to second base. She's in scoring position now. So that one, the catcher, Wainwright, tried to extend the ball, kind of got a piece of her glove, but then spun away all the way to the backstop. So that gave plenty of time for the runner to go from first to second. So now the Bulldogs have one in scoring position. Count 3-0. And here's the pitch. Drilled down the third base line. It's fair. It will roll into the corner. Tegman's in to score. Kita slips up, but will move over to second. It's an RBI double, and the Bulldogs strike first. So that double for Kita, her 9th of the year. She drives in her 29th run. And the Bulldogs get on the board here in the very first at-bats. And Nevaeh Rangel will work here with a chance to extend the lead. That was a great piece of contact by Kita as it just stays fair along that third base line, drops in left field, and then rolls into foul territory towards that left field corner. First pitch to Rangel called strike one. But you talk about the margin for error on that play. If that's even an inch to the left, that's probably a foul ball, but it was dropped in the perfect spot and then continued to roll away. And for Lake Central, you didn't really have a chance to catch either of the runners. The next pitch, high for a ball. Count goes 1-1. So sometimes you'll take that over one that carries all the way towards the outfield and gives the left fielder a chance to camp out under it. The count now 1-1 to Nevaeh Rangel, batting .339 on the season. 1-1 pitch. That's away for ball two. Rangel, the junior left fielder. She has driven in 19 runners this season. It's ahead in this count, 2-1. So Such checks the wristband. Goes through her wide towards the plate. That's high and away. Count moves to 3-1. And you start to think about it with Crown Point getting a run in this inning. How they got that huge strikeout with the bases loaded to end the top of the first and then immediately respond with a run. In the following frame, that really energizes the team. The 3-1 is low. It's a walk for Rangel. So there are two on, and Lulu Johnston, the fresh. And now Kita's caught in a rundown. She was caught wandering, and they'll tag her out. Rangel moves over to second base due to the throwdown, but Kita caught off of second base. It was kind of caught halfway. The Indians made a throw over. They catch her in no man's land there. She tries to escape, could not. So there are now two away. There's a runner at second base for Lulu Johnston, the freshman shortstop, to bat. Johnston, left-handed batter, swinging .410 on the season. The first pitch, called strike one. Johnston with 14 RBIs on the year. She scored 20 runs, .448 on base percentage. So after a long pause, Dutch gets ready for the 0-1 delivery. This one put in the air, shallow center field. Three players go for it, but it's the shortstop Schaefer who calls for it and makes the catch for out number 3. But the Bulldogs are able to get one run on 2 hits. They leave a runner on. We are through 1 here at Cynthia Field, and the Bulldogs lead 1-0. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit Enigenberg.com for more information, or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright the right way to buy and sell real estate.
Don't forget to visit Regionsports.com, Facebook/RegionSportsNation, and Instagram for this week's Powering Indiana Peak Performers, presented by NECA, IBEW, Powering Indiana of Lake County, the region's most trusted electricians. Izzy Kolinsky fouls off the first pitch she sees from Smith, so she'll be behind 0-1 here. Kolinsky, the DP tonight, batting .263 on the season. She's a senior, 15 hits on the year. The 0-1 pitch. It breaks away. That breaks away for ball one. Evens the count at 1-1. Here's the breakthrough pitch. Kolinsky sends that one through a gap along third base. Rolls out to left field. So she's on with a single. Starts the frame off in a good way for Lake Central. Sophia Beals, the junior left fielder, will bat here. That was in a good spot for Kolinsky. Through that gap between third and short. Took a roll all the way left field. So good rip. And this is a part of the lineup. If you can get them working, that could really benefit the Indians here. Swing and a miss, strike one from Beals. But the 7, 8, 9 hitters up. Now that you're down by a run, too, you want to try to answer back quickly. We saw the way these two teams met last time, a 4-3 win. The 0-1, this bunt poked forward. The third baseman, Kita, picks it up, throws to first. So a sacrifice play for Beals, but it moves the base runner over. And a good job by Kita to move in. That bunt really didn't travel beyond where it originally landed, so Kita really had to move to get to it, throw to first, as Kolinsky goes from first to second. But looking back, these two teams, it was a one-run game last time. So if you get base runners, you have to capitalize on them, and Lake Central failed to do so in their first at-bats. First pitch taken for a ball to Wainwright. It was some very good defense and pitching by Crown Point as well, but for the Indians, you look at that frame where you're able to get a hit-by-pitch on a walk against a very accurate pitcher in Smith. Only her 12th walk issued of the season. So this one flared out towards right field. It continues to travel. It's caught by Dunlap. And moving over to third base on the flyout is Kolinsky. That one rolls away from the cutoff player, but it's recovered by the Bulldogs. So a deep fly out to right field by Wainwright is the second out of this inning, but brings the top of the order up in Kate Renshen for the Indians. So Lake Central has a runner just one station away from scoring. Renshen singled, infield single her first time up. She takes that one for a strike from Smith. Good rise ball from Smith. So after getting the leadoff runner on, Lake Central trying to capitalize here. The 0-1 pitch. Called strike two. Smith gets ahead in this count 0-2. She has 2 strikeouts on the outing so far. She's in a position to pick up a third. Renshen is looking to prevent that. The 0-2. Cracked foul. It slices away down the left field line. Out of play. So the count remains 0-2. So Smith against Renshen. Top of the order up for Lake Central. The 0-2 pitch. That's outside. We'll go 1-2. Renshen has one of the 2 hits for Lake Central. Went over towards shortstop. She was able to beat it out. So Smith gets the sign. Now she'll fire the 1-2 pitch. Fouled away again. Renshen stays alive. That one was going away from her. She just had to reach over and knock it away. And now we have a baseball bouncing its way onto the field. Bulldogs and Indian baseball teams playing next to us. And so they sent something over our way. It's recovered. We'll play on. Here's the 1-2. This one lifted towards left field. It will drop. Lake Central answers back with an RBI single from Kate Renshen.
Right fielder, number 20.
So Renshen picks up her second hit of the day, drives in her 14th run of the season, and it's a 2-out base hit to even things up at 1. And Jazzy Del Toro will bat here for Lake Central. She shows bunt. That's going to be a strike. Stealing second, though, in the process is Renshen. The throw was away from the bag, but she had been got there with plenty of time. So Jessie Del Toro, she struck out her first time up. So she's behind in this count 0-1. The pitch. That misses. Count goes 1-1. Smith trying to lock in here, get out of this inning with just the 1 run surrendered. The pitch. That's low and away. We go 2-1. Righty on lefty matchup here. Smith got the upper hand last time. The 2-1. That's away. We go 3-1 here. So 2 hits already in the inning for Lake Central. Kolinsky reached with a leadoff single. She was moved over on a sacrifice play and a fly out. The 3-1. That's away for Bill. She makes the catch there. 2 away, still a runner at first base. And Sam Dunlap will bat. Dunlap, the senior right fielder, batting .213 on the year. She's driven in 11 runs on the season. So she works with a runner on first base. The first pitch from Such. That's away for ball 1. So both teams on the board already in this inning. They've been able to get runners on base in each frame they've been up to bat. Bulldogs trying to avoid going back to the dugout empty-handed here. 1-0. Put in the air towards center field. Iwama has to move in. She'll get there. So that's the 3rd out of the inning. The Bulldogs get 1 hit, but leave her stranded at first base. We're officially through 2 innings. It's a 1-1 game. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
If you are injured in a worksite accident or hurt by a defective product, go with the guy that has a proven track record litigating these cases. Otto Schragle, a principal partner at the Allen Law Group, will make sure those responsible for hurting you are held to account for their negligence. With multiple offices in Indiana and Illinois, you could reach them at 219-465-6292 or reach them out on the web at www.kenallenlaw.com.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back here for the top of the 3rd inning. We apologize for any technical difficulties we've encountered here as we start the 3rd inning of this game. We are working diligently to correct those and bring you all of the coverage of this matchup between Lake Central and Crown Point. The first pitch is away, so thank you for sticking with us, and we're working it out here, but it's the top of the 3rd inning, tied up at 1 between Bulldogs and Indians. Leading off Tegan Tripp. Count moves to 2-0. Tripp, we saw. Or this is Schaefer. Tripp ended the last inning. This one's foul. Flew along the left field line. It's fair. Schaefer will move all the way to second. It was looking like it was going to be foul. Then it just hooked in, stayed in play. And so Schaefer ends up on second base.
Center fielder, number 16, Lexi Iwima.
Strike called to Iwima. Starts the count 0-1, so Iwima works with a runner on second base. As that hit by Schaefer, we'll expand on that. That's in the dirt for ball one. It was one where it was curling towards foul territory, but you have to think with the wind blowing from left to right, that helped keep it in play, kind of knock it down. I believe that was Johnston for the Bulldogs. Almost made the diving catch, but it just lands in front of her. That's called strike two. Count goes 1-2, but it just near the foul line to put Schaefer on second base, and a big way to start the inning for Lake Central. The 1-2, taken for ball two. So big spot here for Iwima, who walked in the first inning. Left-handed batter, count evened up at 2-2. Here's the pitch. This one hammered foul. Count stays 2-2. Iwima has driven in 27 runs this season. She's batting here with a runner in scoring position. Good opportunity to try to get the Indians ahead here. The 2-2. Just outside. Will go full at 3-2. So the full count here. Big spot here for Smith in the circle. With a runner on second base. The payoff pitch just misses the outer corner. It'll be the second walk of the day for Iwima.
Second baseman, number 17, Michaela Van Vossen.
So there are two on, nobody out for Michaela Van Vossen batting for the Indians. She struck out to end the first inning. That was with the bases loaded. Now she bats with two on. This time nobody out. She shows bunt. Jabs at it but misses. So that's strike one. So the Bulldogs trying to defend this bunt as Van Vossen looking to advance the runners. She's behind 0-1 in the count. The corner infielders are in. And that one misses outside. Count goes to 1-1. Huge opportunity for Van Vossen. She has driven in 21 runs on the season. The 1-1 pitch inside makes it a 2-1 count. Right-hander delivers. She shows bunt again, but it spins outside. Taken to make it a 3-1 count. So third base is open here, but Bulldogs trying to avoid the walk to load the bases. Here's the pitch. Cracked foul down the left field line. So that fills up the count at 3-2. Top of the third inning here, tied up at 1. And a big opportunity for the Indians to try to break the tie. So Smith gets the sign, and here's the payoff pitch. Strike three. She strikes out Van Vossen for the second time this evening, and a big first out here in the third inning.
Designated player number 11, Izzy Kowinski.
Izzy Kalinsky bats here with runners on first and second. She singled and later scored in the second inning. First run of the day, well, the only run of the day so far for Lake Central. She bats here with 2 on. Floats this one towards second base. Easy play for Govert to make, and now there are 2 away. Good job by Smith, kind of getting that one near the hand. She saws her off, and it just floats over towards second, where Govert's able to make the play, and it brings Sophia Beals, the junior left fielder, up to bat with runners on first and second, 2 away. The first pitch, called ball 1. So the count 1-0. Smith will send this one forward. It goes away. Count moves to 2-0. And the pitch from Smith. That's low. We go 3-0. So a couple good takes by Beals. She's ahead in this at-bat. See if they want her swing here. As this one's away. Called, never mind. Called strike 1. Count goes 3-1. Just able to get the outer third. So Smith fighting back, trying to work her way into this at-bat. The 3-1 pitch. That's away for ball 4. The walk will load the bases with 2 away, and Maddie Wainwright up to bat for LC. Wainwright had a deep fly out to right field her first time up, where Dunlap had to make the catch on the run. She works now with a player at every base, 2 outs in the inning, and a tie game. First pitch, jab towards the circle. Smith collects it, throws to first, and that will erase the jam. The Indians load the bases but leave 3 on. We're through the top of the third, moving to the bottom. Tied up at 1, you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. We're always active on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Celebrating over 25 years, we're proud to still be the only game in town. Bottom 3 here in Crown Point. First pitch from Such. Gets to the outer corner for strike 1. Lexi Smith batting for the Bulldogs. Smith has worked her way out of a couple jams here in this game. Trying to help out her own cause with the bat here. The 0-1 pitch. She shows bunt. But it's in there for a strike. She can't line it up. So she's behind 0-2. She struck out her first time to start the game for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the first. And Such gets ahead here. No balls and 2 strikes for the first batter of the inning. And the 0-2 is sent towards center field. Going back is Iwema, and she makes the catch on the run. Goes to the fence. Nicely done for the first out of the third inning. So Smith was able to barrel it up, sends it to dead center field. Iwema keeps running after it, has to make the catch in stride, looking over the shoulder. She does so, and it carries her all the way to the wall. Could have been extra bases, but instead it's a nice catch. And that goes right there. Some of the best hands in the business, just like the Bricklayers Local 4 of Indiana, Kentucky. Check out baclocal4.org to find out how you can join the oldest continuous union in North America. So the count 1-0 to Scarlett Tegman. Center fielder for the Bulldogs. She singled and scored in the first inning. The 1-0 just misses. We go 2-0. So talk about for Crown Point, they've had the bases, or Lake Central has loaded the bases offensively twice today, but Crown Point has been able to work out of those jams. Look at the day, 8 runners left on base for Lake Central. That pitch tails away outside. We go 3-0. So the 3-0 pitch from Such, called strike 1, just gets the far corner. So the Bulldogs, after working out of the bases loaded jam in the top half of this inning, trying to put a run on the board here in the bottom half. With their center fielder up to bat. She is responsible for the first run they scored. Although Lake Central quickly answered back after. The 3-1. That's ball 4. Tegman's on base for the second time tonight. A single and a walk.
Ashlyn
Keita steps up now. She had the RBI double, that brought home Tegman in the first inning. So the first pitch from Such. In there for strike 1. And so we'll see now how Such adjusts after allowing that RBI double first time against Keita. And that second time, you face a batter that did some damage the first time up. The 1-1, or the 0-1, that's away. We go 1-1 now, but it's always a bit of a game between the pitchers. Where do you go back to that pitch that they hurt you on last time, or do you stay away from that and go with something else? She checks the wristband. Here's the 1-1. That's away. The throw down to second. She evades the tag. Tegman swipes second. So she puts herself in scoring position as the count goes to 2-1. With one away, runner at second. So Keita trying to bring her home. The 2-1 pitch from Such. Swing and a miss for strike 2. She brought the fastball, got her to swing through it. 2 strikeouts on the night for Such. She's up to 141 on the season. She's good at missing bats. Now the 2-2. Upstairs for ball 3, we go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Now here's the payoff pitch. She swings through it for strike 3. Such picks up her 3rd strikeout of the day, and that's the 2nd out of this inning. So she goes against one of the Bulldogs' top hitters, gets her to swing through it. That's the 2nd out of the inning. Rangel will bat with a runner at second. 2 down. still the potential to put the run on the board. The first pitch from Such. Fouled away. It goes over the press box. So she starts the count 0-1. Rangel walked in the first inning, was left stranded at second. Now the 0-1. Jammed in the air towards the right side of the diamond. Del Toro, the right fielder, calls for it and makes the catch for the third out of the inning. So the Bulldogs get a runner on, but leave her stranded at second. We're through 3 and tied up at 1. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Our hero, Lantern Man, faces off against a nefarious insurance swindler.
I'll trick them into a contract and just keep raising the rates.
Luckily, they can make a call to Crow Company's Lantern Man. He's always ready to protect families from the insurance swindler.
I can easily defeat your overpriced policies. Fair prices always prevail when you call me, the Crow Company's Lantern Man.
Crow Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Company's the insurance professionals. Top 4 here at Cynthia Field. And it'll be Kate Renshen, who is 2 for 2 today with an RBI, to bat for Lake Central. The first pitch from Smith, inside for ball 1. Renshen also 2 stolen bases on the night. Senior third baseman batting for the third time in this one. Here's the 1-1, the 1-0. Crack towards left field. It will roll all the way over to Rangel. So it's the third single of the night for Renshen. Almost in a excuse me swing where she was going halfway and it just hit her bat and carried all the way. The third baseman was playing in, so it goes over her head and then just softly rolls out to left field. So it's the third single for Renshen. And now Jessie Del Toro will bat with nobody out and a runner on first base. Del Toro 0 for 1 officially, but she has a walk. She shows bunt, misses, so that's strike 1. So you always have to watch for Renshen on the base paths. She has swiped 2 already tonight. The 0-1, taken away. We go 1-1. Left-handed batting Del Toro with a runner at first. Sets up, waits for the pitch from the right-hander, Smith. She bunts that one. It skips behind the catcher. Foul, so we go 1-2. Del Toro in a spot was trying to lay one down. Now you have to assume she'll be swinging away here. Corner infielders playing in. The 1-2 pops into the glove outside. We go 2-2. Three-game win streak for the Indians. They're trying to keep it rolling here against a tough Crown Point team. The 2-2 fouled away. And last loss back on May 5th. Prior to that, they had a 4-game win streak as well. But 2 of the top teams in 4A facing off here on the diamond for the second time this season. The 2-2. Knocked away foul. Already in the second meeting. almost certainly will have a third meeting between these two teams, and that will be the most important one in the postseason, but I want to get the upper hand here. 2-2. That's high for ball 3, as the winner of tonight's game will certainly be in the driver's seat for the conference crown. Indians 11-0 in Duneland play, while the Bulldogs 10-1. Now the payoff pitch. Fouled away again, so Del Toro blocking in, staying alive. Just being tough to put away here. She did strike out in the first inning, but walked her next at-bat against a pitcher in Smith who doesn't allow many walks to begin with. So here's the payoff pitch. Fouled again, this one down the left field line. It breaks away from the Bulldog bullpen where there is activity. We'll try to update you on that in a bit, but for now we'll focus on this battle between pitcher and batter. The 3-2. That's outside for ball 4. Del Toro collects her second walk of the night. It moves Renshen from first to second.
First baseman, number 21, Tegan Tripp.
And that brings Tegan Tripp, who is 0 for 2, up to bat, so she is trying to break through and help out her team. Righty on righty matchup here. Tripp lays off that one. The runner goes to third. Renshen slides in safely. Both runners moved there, but they threw down a third. Renshen was able to beat the throw. So Del Toro goes from first to second. Renshen from second to third. There are now 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. The 1-0. She loops this one to center field. It will drop into score as Renshen. Del Toro hits the brakes at third base. And then stepping over to second is Tripp. She drives in a run, and Lake Central takes the lead 2-1 here in the 4th.
Shortstop, number 23, Taylor Schaefer.
So Taylor Schaefer, who doubled her last time up to start the 3rd inning, works with runners at second and third, nobody out. And the Indians just took the lead. Will now try to add to it. The first pitch, tails away for ball 1. Schaefer was hit by a pitch in the first inning, doubled in the 3rd, so she's been on base both times tonight. She's driven in 36 runs. 1-0, cracked foul towards the Crown Point bullpen. Evens the count up at 1-1. So righty against lefty. Smith looking for the first out of the frame. This one skips away to the on-deck circle for strike 2, foul ball. Schaefer getting ready for the 1-2 count. Here we go. Smith sends it. It's knocked over to third base. Del Toro was off the bag. So heads up play by Kita to tag her out for the first out of the inning. That will put Schaefer on base, but the Bulldogs got the important out there by taking Del Toro. So that was really good play. It was a grounder, kind of just a cue over to third base where Kita picks it up, realizes Del Toro's off the bag, so instead of throwing, she reaches over, just tags that runner out. So they get the lead runner out. And Iwema fouls away the first pitch she sees from Smith. So 2 on, runners at first and second, and 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Lake Central has already scored 1 in this frame. Looking for another. The 0-1. That's away. It's a ball outside. We go 1-1. The breakthrough pitch from Smith. Swings through it for strike 2. Iwema was above that one with the swing, so the count now at 1-2. Could be a big opportunity for Smith to add another punch out. She has 2 on the day. But that one goes away high and upstairs. Well, upstairs and away to even the count at 2-2. So Smith fires this one to the plate. Iwema puts it in the air to left field. It's curling foul. Diving for it is Rangel and just missing it as she almost got the glove there. It was about a step in front of her. So just a long fly ball by Iwema, but count remains 2-2. Hit that one against the wind too, so it's tough to send it that far. So the umpire's checking up on Rangel, making sure she's all right. She gives them the thumbs up. So Smith and Iwema get ready for the 2-2 pitch, part 2. That one skips its way to the plate. It gives a chance for the runner to advance. Tripp takes third base. Schaefer moves over to second as well. So good read by Tripp to realize she had an opportunity to move to third base. She did. Count 3-2. Poked forward. The catcher, Cuevas, gets there. She fakes the throw to first, hangs onto it. Just has to put the ball in her pocket there. There was no runners in motion by Lake Central, so that loads the bases. Iwema is on for the 3rd time tonight. And Michaela Van Vossen will bat. So she's been given some instructions on what to do here. Bases full, 1 away. You want to avoid grounding into a double play. And try to help the team out here. They've added 1 run in this inning, and now the base is full again. Have the chance for more. First pitch, sent down the left field line. It's foul. Just foul. Landed near the line, had to wait for the confirmation. Just barely foul. A long strike for Van Vossen, who was 0 for 2 with 2 punch-outs tonight. Could have broke this game wide open. Instead, she will have to return to the on-deck circle. Here's the 0-1. That gets away from the catcher. It rolls away. Tripp will score. She races across the plate. The Indians add another to take a 3-1 lead here in the 4th. In the process, both base runners, Schaefer and Iwema, advanced as well. That one's away for a ball. We go 2-1. Pitch. Outside. So 3-1 delivery from Smith. Fouled away. We go full at 3-2. Still 1 out in this inning. The Indians lead 3-1. They've scored 2 on 3 hits. But for this Lake Central team, they've left 8 runners on in this game. So another big opportunity in this frame. payoff pitch is outside for ball 4. It's a walk. It puts Van Vossen on. The bases are full for Izzy Kalinsky, who's 1 for 2 tonight. Kalinsky singled and scored in the second inning. She flew out in the third. Trying to add to this already crooked number in the inning for the Indians. That pitch is in there for strike 1. Just getting the far corner. Now the 0-1 from Smith. She swings through it. It gets away from the catcher. Hustling to the plate is Schaefer. She scores. It's a 4-1 game. So Iwema goes to third. And Van Vossen to second. So 2 on, 1 away. And that's strike 3. Caught looking was Kalinsky for out number 2 here in the 4th. That brings Sophia Beals up to bat with runners at second and third. And 2 away. 3 runs have scored. Lake Central's taken a 4-1 lead. Beals fouls away the first pitch. She had a sacrifice bunt in the second inning, walked in the third. Trying to make her way on base here. With the count 0-1. That's away. Evens things up at 1 apiece. And now the 1-1 pitch. This one cranked towards center field, but making the catch is Tegman. And that ends the inning. Lake Central adds 3 to make this a 4-1 game. The Bulldogs will look to answer when we return. For the bottom of the 4th, you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika Contractors and Electrical Workers of Local 531.
Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say go Bulldogs. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in city services, and encouraging smart growth. Kick off summer at the Crossroads Corn Roast at Bulldog Park on May 30th and 31st. Enjoy farm fresh corn, live music, and local eats. For more information, visit crossroadschamber.org. Lulu Johnston takes the first pitch for a ball against Maddie Such here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Such pitching here for the first time tonight with a lead. The 1-0. Outside, we go 2-0. For much of this game, she's been having to try to keep this deadlocked at 1-1. But now her offense helps her out after she's left a runner stranded in each inning. Well, 1 run in the first. The 2-0 pitch. Put in the air towards center field. Going back is Iwema. All the way to the fence, and she makes the catch. Iwema goes all the way back to make that play at the warning track for a loud first out in the inning. That's been the second deep play to center field. We saw Lexi Smith hammer one out towards center as well, and Iwema was able to make the catch both times. And Evie Cuevas bats here for the Bulldogs with one away and nobody on. She fouls this one away. Also worth monitoring as we get a look at the game night forecast brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. There is a chance for rain approaching. Count 0-1. It's expected to start around 6 o'clock. Called strike 2. So we will try to evade some of that. You see some darker clouds gathering, but hopefully that misses us. It's been a good one so far, the 0-2. Waiting here, so game night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling with a 24/7 emergency service. Comfort isn't far away. Such working against Cuevas here. The 0-2 pitch. That spins away for ball 1. Now Such winds and sends the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's another punch out for Such. Her 4th of the night. And it's a big second out here in the 4th.
Second baseman number 15, Eva Govert.
Eva Govert bats with 2 away, nobody on. Govert singled her last time up in the 2nd. Such speeds this one away to make the count 1-0. But so Such entered with 139 strikeouts on the season. She has brought that total up to 143 against a tough Crown Point lineup. The 1-0. Called strike 1. Fastball from Such to the outer third. But the Bulldogs trying to work a rally here. Down 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th, so just about halfway through this game. The 1-1. Called strike 2. And you have to think Such maybe working with more confidence with her team ahead by 3. No, she can just go right at these hitters. Trying to avoid pitching around. This is her 2nd time through the lineup. The 1-2. Jammed towards left field. It will drop over the head of Schaefer. Rolls to Beals. It's a 2-out single for Govert, her 2nd of the ball game. So it brings Corinne Pert up to the plate, the senior first baseman. She's 0 for 1 so far. She flew out to left field back in the 2nd inning. Bulldogs with 2 away, trying to get a rally going. The first pitch from Such. Fouled away. Off the screen over towards the walkway behind the concourse here. So starts off the count 0-1. One away, or 1 on base, 2 outs. The 0-1 delivery. Poked back to the screen, so she falls behind 0-2. So Peart trying to break through here and get the Bulldogs back in this game. Dunlap waiting on deck. Looking for an opportunity to add a run here. The pitch. Misses outside, moves the count to 1-2. So Such checks the wristband, works with her catcher Wainwright. Here's the 1-2 offering. just misses the inner third. It evens the count up at 2 apiece. She was trying to sneak that one in. It missed. So 2s across the board here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the breakthrough pitch. That's strike 3. She gets Peart to swing through it for her 5th punch out of the game. The Bulldogs get one on, but leave her stranded. We're through 4. Lake Central leads 4-1.
The Steinach family, Sunnyside Drive Flowers.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit enigenberg.com for more information, or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
Calling all current and future homeowners in the Northwest Indiana area. Whether you're buying or selling, Brent Wright is here to make your real estate journey smooth and successful. With years of experience, personalized service, and a deep knowledge of the market, Brent will help you find the perfect place or get the best deal for your property. Call today at 219-406-7195 and take the first step toward your real estate goals. Contact Brent Wright, the right way to buy and sell real estate.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Maddie Wainwright bats for Lake Central here to start the 5th inning. The Indians added 3 in the top half of the 4th. And will try to work here to extend that lead. They sent 8 to the plate in that inning. So that one rolls inside. Wainwright steps away from it. That really helped Lake Central break through. After each inning, you felt like there was missed opportunities prior to that 4th inning. They stranded bases loaded in the 1st and 3rd. Spins away for ball 2. They left 2 on in the 2nd, and prior to that 4th inning, it was really feeling like, well, there were chances that they just missed, but in the 4th, they broke through, put 3 on the board to take a 4-1 lead. That's called strike 1. For the Bulldogs, who have done a great job with runners on scoring on base, stepping up here. They'll need a quick defensive frame here, as this one's lifted towards left field. It drops just away from the glove of Johnston at shortstop. It's a leadoff single for Wainwright. It will bring Kate Renshen in the top of the order up for Lake Central. Renshen is 3 for 3 with a run scored. She has stolen 3 bases tonight. She's driven in 1 run. And we'll see a pinch runner for the Indians. Take a look at what number that is. That would be Maura Foley.
Third baseman, number 19, Kate Renshen.
So Foley, the senior outfielder, will take the place of Wainwright on base, as Wainwright is the catcher. And showing bunt, it rolls away for strike 1. Renshen trying to do what she can to advance Foley. But she'll fall behind 0-1 here. The 0-1. Cracked foul towards third base. Kita was playing in. It almost got to her, but it just would have had to reach across her body to try to glove it. So it's an 0-2 count. Renshen, 2 pieces of contact, but they have been outside the lines. The 0-2. Tap towards third base. Kita gathers, throws to first base. She'll make the play as The runner advances, but they get the first out of the inning. And they retire Ren Shen for the first time in this game. Fowley, who's running in place of Wainwright, moves from first to second. And Jesse Del Toro bats with on away, one on, and a 3-run lead for her team. The first pitch from Smith. Upstairs for ball 1. Del Toro, 2 walks tonight. She has stolen a base. Struck out in the first inning, so she's been able to reach twice, but it's not put the ball in play. The next pitch fouled away. Count goes 1-1. Three-game win streak for Lake Central. 1-1. That's lifted down the left field line, but it loops away. A 12-1 win at Chesterton, a 12-0 win versus Portage, and a 4-1 win at Hanover Central. They've been outscoring teams 28-1 during this win streak, but this Bulldog team, the toughest challenge they've had on the streak. The Bulldogs have won their last 10. The 1-2. Outside, we go 2-2. The last loss for Crown Point was April 21st against Lake Central, so they've been playing some good softball since their last meeting with Lake Central. And this one lined towards third base. Kita makes the catch for out number 2. She extends the glove and was able to reach over to get there. So a line out to third, retires Del Toro. That one might have been going foul, but still, Keto was able to play it in a good spot and made a big catch for a big out. Tegan Tripp bats with a runner on second and 2 away. First pitch, sped low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. We go 2-0. That was inside as well. So Smith waits for the sign, gets ready. Her 2-0 pitch, taken for ball 3. Folly running in place of Wainwright. She's over at second base. Trying to make her way around the corner and towards the plate. The 3-0. Jab towards third base. Kita steps up, makes the play, throws to first for out number 3. So the Indians get a runner on, but leave her stranded at second. We're through 4.5. Lake Central leads 4-1. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business. Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say, Go Bulldogs! Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in city services, and encouraging smart growth. Kick off summer at the Crossroads Corn Roast at Bulldog Park on May 30th and 31st. Enjoy farm fresh corn, live music, and local eats. For more information, visit crossroadschamber.org. The first pitch to Sam Dunlap is outside for ball 1. Dunlap flew out to center field to
end the second inning in her previous at-bat against Such, who's been cruising along here in this game. The 1-0 misses inside. We go 2-0. But for Such, 5 strikeouts on the night. Just 4 hits against. No runs, only 2 walks. The 2-0. Fouled away over the press box towards the walkway and by the football field. It's the count now 2-1. As Such takes a look at her wristband to get the sign, working with Wainwright behind the dish. The sophomore sends a 2-1 pitch high and away for ball 3. So Such and Wainwright, 2 sophomores forming the battery at the plate for Lake Central in this one. That helps to have 2 underclassmen working together and playing at the varsity level. The 3-1. That got a piece of her, and it would have been ball 4 anyway, but Dunlap, where's that one to? Reach base? But for a pitcher and catcher to have that continuity working together through the varsity level and with 2 more seasons to play together, that really helps to build that chemistry. Lexi Smith steps up to bat with nobody out and a runner on first. Smith had that long fly out to center field to start the 3rd inning. But was tracked down by Wima for a really nice play. The first pitch, that's away. We'll start off this count 1-0. Such winds and fires. She shows bunt, pulls away, the throw down to second base. They catch her. Wainwright throws out Dunlap to erase that base runner and the first out of the inning. Nice job by the sophomore behind the plate to fire that one on a line. Good tag applied by Schaefer. So there's 1 away. The count's 1-1. Next pitch to Smith. Called strike 2. So the count goes to 1-2. The 1-2. Jab towards third base. Picked up by Schaefer, and she just has to hang on to it. It's an infield single. Smith is on. The third base Wrenchen tried to get to it, but it goes past her glove, so the shortstop Schaefer shuffles to the right. Got there in time, but with the speed of Smith, she was able to get to first. And Schaefer made the smart play, just hung on to it. When you have to rush a throw, that's when trouble happens, and she avoids that kind of trouble and will live to fight another at-bat. 1 away, runner on first base. Scarlett Tegman batting. Lake Central brings the infield in. First pitch called a strike. Tegman has been on base twice tonight. She singled and scored in the first inning. Walked in the 3rd. And we're now in the bottom of the 5th inning. Crown Point needs some runs, down 4-1. The 0-1. Taken for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. The pitch from Such. Outside for ball 2. Smith, the starting pitcher for Crown Point, trying to help her cause at first base with that infield single. Trying to get them back on the board. They scored in their first at-bats, but it's been goose eggs since. 2-1. Sent over to Schaefer at short. She throws to second. They'll get the lead runner, but Tegman's able to leg that one out to prevent the double play. She reaches on the fielder's choice. So Smith retired on that play. Ashlyn Kita will bat with 2 out and a runner at first base. Kita had an RBI double in the first, struck out in the third. So she's 1 for 2 against Such. She's been a tough out to get at the plate all season long. She fouls the first pitch she sees, high and off the screen behind home plate. So that will begin the count, 0-1. Such returns to the circle, gets the sign, takes a look at her wrist, winds and fires. High for ball 1. But big RBI opportunity for Ashlyn Kita, senior, playing third base. She had a busy top half of this inning, recording all 3 outs. 2 ground outs and a line out. Such speeds that fastball, but it misses outside. Increases the count to 2-1. Lights starting to take effect here at Cynthia Field. 2-1, 2 away. Lake Central leads by 3, 4-1. Here's the pitch from Such. And that's high and away. So Kita gets ahead in the count. She could try to work a walk here. As there have been 3 Bulldogs to reach base in this inning, but some good defense by the group from Lake Central. 3-1. Cued towards right field. Del Toro steps back and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So the Bulldogs leave 1 stranded as we're through 5 here at Cynthia Field. Lake Central leads 4-1. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading the heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Stay with us after the game and we'll name the Ironworkers 395 play of the game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395 as Taylor Schaefer drills that one towards center field. It will go all the way to the wall. She moves over to second base. So she picks up her 2nd hit of the day. It goes for extra bases. She will be in position to the top of the 6th inning. So Schaefer interrupted there, but Ironworkers 395, go to ironworkers395.com to start. On the day, but she has walked twice. So Iwema been busy on the base paths this evening. She fouls away the next pitch. So I believe that's the first strike of the at-bat. Nobody out here in the top half of this frame. Schaefer led off with a double. Smith misses outside. So the count 2-1. To the left-handed batter, Iwema. Next delivery from Smith. Outside for ball 4, so that was a 3-1 pitch. Iwema reaches for the 4th time tonight, her 3rd walk against the pitcher in Smith, who does not walk much. For Smith, only 11 walks on the season entering this game. This one jabbed towards shortstop. Johnston gets there, flips it to second, but it gets out of the glove of Govert. Everybody's safe on the play. Johnston nearly made the spectacular toss. But it puts Van Vossen on base. She would have been on anyway with the fielder's choice, but thought they would have at least got one. Bases are loaded with nobody out. And Izzy Kalinsky bats for Lake Central. They lead 4-1 in the top of the 6th. So the count 0-1. Smith trying to bear down here with the bases full. Her first pitch, the next pitch, inside. Count goes 1-1. Schaefer at third base, Iwema at second, and Vossen on first. The pitch lifted towards right field, but it curls towards the Lake Central bullpen. So Kalinsky working at the plate here. She has driven in 14 runs this season. She scored 1 in the second. Here's the 1-2 delivery from Smith. Called strike 3. She catches Kalinsky looking for a big strikeout with nowhere to put her for out number 1 here in the 6th. For Smith, that's strikeout number 4. Second time she's caught one looking. Sophia Beals bats with the maximum on. She fouls away the first pitch from Smith high off the screen. So falls behind 0-1. Beals had a sacrifice bunt in the second, walked in the third, flew out to center in the 4th. Now the 0-1. That's away. We'll go 1-1. Beals, the right-handed hitting left fielder, junior, part of this high-flying Lake Central offense. That one's inside. We'll go 2-1. Mentioned Lake Central outscoring opponents 28-1 on this 3-game win streak. 1 run allowed was against Hanover Central, or 28-2, I should say. 1 run against Hanover Central, 1 against Chesterton. Count now 2-2. But Beals trying to step up for her team. Runners at every station. The 2-2 fouled away. So Smith nearly got that one by her, but Beals just able to swing on top of it and bounce it back from the catcher. So Smith takes a peek, winds up, the 2-2 pitch, grounded over to short. Johnston goes to second, will get 1 out, but that's all they will get. A run will score. That's an RBI for Beals, and it's a 5-1 lead for Lake Central.
Number 24, Maddie Wainwright.
So Schaefer scores on the play. Iwema goes over to third base. On the fielder's choice, you can record Van Vossen out, and Beals is on base. And this one lined towards second base, where Govert scoops it up and steps on second to end the frame. Lake Central adds another one. We'll move to the bottom of the sixth when we return. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The Athletic Performance Factory is Northwest Indiana's premier athletic training center. The 40,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility features batting cages, a sand training room, a new outdoor turf infield, and so much more. Check out the facility for one of their daily classes at 3150 45th Street in Highland. Interested in signing up for team workouts or individual lessons? Check out their website at trainapf.com or contact them at 219-750-1087. Athletic Performance Factory, where athletes are made.
Hi, this is Tim down at Tire Pros and Auto Superstore, 5200 Cleveland in Maryville. 219-887-3333 is our phone number. We've been serving the region and building relationships with our valued customers for the past 23 years. We have a wide variety of services, quality tires with the best warranty in the nation, and some of the most skilled mechanics I've ever worked with. Let us exceed your expectations. We're setting a new standard. Come on down, ask for Mike or Tim. We'll take excellent care of you. Thank you.
Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics and say go Bulldogs. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in city services, and encouraging smart growth. Kick off summer at the Crossroads Corn Roast at Bulldog Park on May 30th and 31st. Enjoy farm fresh corn, live music, and local eats. For more information, visit crossroadschamber.org. Matty Such still pitching for the Indians of Lake Central. He's allowed 1 run on 5 hits while striking out 5 Bulldogs. Rangel leads off the inning, takes a first pitch ball. Rangel walked in the first inning, flew out to right in the third. So this will be at bat number 3 against Such, and her team needs to work a comeback down by 4 with limited opportunities left. That's a strike. Now in the bottom of the 6th, down 5-1 for the Bulldogs. I figure you want to chip into this deficit here. Don't leave it all for the 7th inning. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Such. High for a ball. We'll go 2-1. Big point in the game here for both teams. Crown Point winners of their last 10. Trying to defend their home field. The 2-1 cracked over to third base. Reshton gathers it and throws over to first in time for the first out. So nice play by Kate Renshin to get to that one off the top of the bat and have enough time to throw to first for the opening out. And Lulu Johnston will bat here in the last of the 6th. Johnston had that long fly out to center field in her prior at-bat in the 4th inning. Nearly left the yard, but it was a great catch by Iwema out in center field. So the count's 1-0. Now the windup from Such. She fouls it away. So that evens things at 1 apiece. But Johnston, the freshman, 2 flyouts tonight, but up in a big spot for her team as they need runs by whatever means necessary. Now the 1-1 from the sophomore Such. Called strike 2 on the outer third. Makes it a 1-2 count. The Indians looking for their 4th straight win. They are unbeaten in conference play. 1-2. Jammed towards left field. Moving forward is Beals, and she gets there for the second out. Beals had to take a quick journey to that fly ball. She does, and makes the grab for the second out. So we'll see Cuevas batting here. I think this will be a pinch hitter. Adjustment of some sort is being made. I believe we're going to see Anna Neal bat in place of Cuevas.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number 2.
That will be the case. So Neal, the freshman, will take some swings here in the last of the 6th with 2 away. And trying to get on base, extend the inning against a tough pitcher and such. She checks the wristband, winds, and sends that speed ball in for strike 1. We'll go 0-1 to begin this count. It's always a tough opportunity where you're stepping in cold. You've been seeing the pitcher dealing, but now you have to face it in real time. Trying to get a feel for her timing. The 0-1 fouled away. And you don't have much time to get acclimated here. She's going right at the batter. So you're trying to step up, provide a spark off the bench. Try to start the comeback. And now the 0-2. Lifted to the infield. Schaefer, the shortstop, calls for it. She will make the catch in the circle. That ends the 6th inning. 6 down, 1 more inning to go. It's coming up next. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
After 6, Lake Central 5, Crown Point
1. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Top 7 here in Crown Point. Lake Central leads Crown Point 5-1. So the Indians will take at bats here. It will be the top of the order up. It will be Renshen, Del Toro, and Tripp up to bat here, and they will be looking to extend this lead and can never have enough insurance runs against a very talented Crown Point group. Renshen, 3 singles on the night. She has scored a run. She waves at this one, gets it over to short. Johnston collects it, throws, not in time. Renshen beats it out for her 2nd infield single of the game. She is on base for the 4th time. And that's the way you want to start the inning. Get the leadoff runner on base. Here's Jessie Del Toro batting now for Lake Central. Del Toro has walked twice, reached on 2 walks. The first one pitch called a strike. But big opportunity. Figured no lead is safe against a team like Crown Point, even though they'll be down in their final 3 outs, but use another extra run here. Del Toro fouls it away, so she's quickly behind 0-2 to Smith, who has battled in this game. So Smith looks down at her catcher, winds up, fires. Just missing away. We'll go 1-2. Good take from Del Toro. She works with nobody out. A speedy runner in Renshen over at first base. The 0-2 pitch away. Renshen's going. The throw. She'll slide in safely to second base for her 4th stolen base of the game. So the count's 2-2. There's a runner at second. Del Toro will lock in now with nobody out in the top of the 7th. The breakthrough pitch from Smith. Line to third base. Kita makes the catch, throws over to second. It's a double play. A line out double play puts two outs on the board for the Bulldogs. Del Toro lines out to third. Kita makes the catch at the line, throws over to second, where Govert covers and erases Renshen. So 2 away, nobody on for Tegan Tripp, batting here in the top of the 7th. That was one of the best defensive plays we've seen tonight, and you think about the magnitude of that situation. That helps out the Bulldogs. Take away one of the best base runners from Lake Central and keep it a 5-1 game. I mean, some good catches in center field, but it was one of the best plays over at the hot corner tonight. With the count 3-0 to Tripp. Not making it easy on Smith here with a couple good takes. Now the 3-0 pitch. That's low for ball 4. It's a 2-out walk for Tripp. She's on for the second time tonight.
Shortstop, number 23, Taylor Schaefer.
And Taylor Schaefer gets ready to bat with 1 on and 2 out. Schaefer has reached base all 4 times she's been up to bat tonight. She was hit by a pitch in the first, doubled in the third, and will reach for a 5th time as she lines that one to left field. A 2-out base hit. Moves Tripp over to second, and Schaefer's on with the single. Lexi Iwema bats with 2 outs. I think we're going to see a pinch runner in place of Schaefer over at first base. Try to take a look at who that is. It's going to be Peyton Martin, the sophomore outfielder. So Martin at first base, Tripp at second, Iwema batting for the Indians. 2 down after that line-out double play. The Lake Centrals continue to make it tough here in the 7th. They're still threatening, even with 2 away. It's going to be a tough out to get for Smith, but she has really stepped up tonight, at times with runners on base. First pitch taken for a ball. Iwema walked in the first, walked in the third, singled in the 4th, and then walked again in the 6th inning. She's been on base 4 times. She drives the 1-0 pitch high and away towards left field, but it drops into the Bulldogs bullpen to make it a 1-1 count. Some of those darker clouds gathering. We're trying to avoid the rain, though on this turf field it's really just lightning we're trying to avoid. Here in the top of the 7th inning, the count 1-1. Smith misses the outer corner for a ball. Makes it a 2-1 count against the left-handed hitting center fielder from Lake Central. Iwema jabs the 2-1 pitch over to shortstop. Johnston picks it up, fires to first, and makes the play for out number 3. So some dazzling defense by the Bulldogs. Keep runs off the board. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Stick around. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Batting for the Bulldogs, number 15.
Bottom of the 7th inning, the Bulldogs looking to cook up a comeback, down 5-1 against Lake Central. It'll be Govert, Peart, and Dunlap, the 1-2-3. The 7-8-9 hitters in the lineup due up here. Govert sends this one to the circle. Such gets the leather on it and throws the first to quickly put an out on the board. Helps when the pitcher can defend her position. She does so there. Brings up Corinne Peart.
First baseman, number 23, Corinne Peart.
Who is 0 for 2 on the night. She has a fly out to left and a strikeout on the score sheet so far. Looking to break through here against Such. She fouls that one away. So she's behind 0-1, but for Such, 5 strikeouts, 5 hits allowed, just 2 walks. Has made it tough for the Bulldogs to get any kind of rally going. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Took a little something off that one as it was sliding away from the batter. So the count goes to 0-2. The next pitch skips over to second base. Van Vossen backs up, gets to it, and throws the first for out number 2. So Crown Point down to their final out with Sam Dunlap batting here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Dunlap was hit by a pitch in the 5th inning and then caught stealing.
Sam Dunlap.
But it's up to her to try to keep the game going for Crown Point. The first pitch from Such. She swings. Did she go far enough? She did. Tried to check the swing, but that makes it an 0-1 count. So Such with the rise ball there. Dunlap tried to check on it, but went to just far enough. Now the 0-1 pitch. Fouled towards the screen behind home plate. Now the Bulldogs down to their final strike. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, nobody on. Top of the order looming if Dunlap can get them there. Trying to step up for the home team. Such steps off. We'll take a quick pause to reset things here. But the opportunities fading away for the Bulldogs here. The 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3. That'll do it. Such picks up her 6th strikeout of the night as the Bulldogs fall to the Indians of Lake Central 5-1. LC improves to 23-3 on the season. They have won their last 4 and they remain undefeated in Duneland play. So Lake Central continues to keep things rolling with a big win over the Bulldogs. We will step aside. When we come back, we'll hand out some hardware, put a bow on this one. Stick around. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
our hero, Lantern Man, faces off against a nefarious insurance swindler.
I'll trick them into a contract and just keep raising the rates.
Luckily, they can make a call to Crow Company's Lantern Man. He's always ready to protect families from the insurance swindler.
I can easily defeat your overpriced policies. Fair prices always prevail when you call me, the Crow Company's Lantern Man. Crow Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Wrapping things up here at Cynthia Field, where Lake Central defeats Crown Point 5-1. A good game between two of the top teams, not just in the Duneland Conference, but in the state of Indiana. It was Lake Central who prevailed here, so let's hand out some of the post-game awards. It's time to name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies have offices open from 9 o'clock to 7 o'clock Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 o'clock in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City. So the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game was, from Lake Central, Maddie Such, the pitcher, the winning pitcher for the Indians. She allowed just 5 hits against, 1 run, walked only 2 batters, and struck out 6, including that punch out to end the game. She picks up her 14th win of the season. She's up to 145 strikeouts on the year. Great job tonight from the sophomore. Now it's time to name the blue-collar player of the game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Boilermakers Local 374, earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. The blue-collar player of the night tonight was Lexi Iwema, the center fielder from Lake Central. She made a couple of really gritty catches out in center field, had to go all the way back to the wall twice. There was one in the 3rd inning against Smith where she had to go back, and then one in the 4th against Johnston where she was all the way back at the wall for a couple of great catches. And at the plate, she reached base 4 times with 3 walks. So again, a blue-collar way of getting on base, having to do so with the eye and avoid chasing anything outside the zone. So that was our blue-collar player of the game. Now it's time to name the Ironworkers 395 player of the game, presented by Ironworkers Local 395. We'll turn it back to the 7th inning when Del Toro was up for Lake Central, and she lined one towards third base, but a great defensive play by Kita. As we see it here, she's able to turn 2 and erase Ren Shen at first base, take away one of the top base stealers in the conference for a nice double play. That was our play of the game. Ironworkers Local 395. For more information on the apprenticeship program, check out ironworkers395.com. That was presented by Ironworkers Local 395, Union Strong. So we'll thank everyone involved with tonight's broadcast, to our management team at Region Sports, Chris Ramirez, Rich Castillo, Zach Miller, and our sports director, Mike Dewan. To our great crew tonight, Zach Miller overseeing everything. Great job by him. Martin Murillo catching all the action on camera. And Adam Karchev doing a great job as well in his first game here, learning a little bit of everything. So great job, guys. To the coaches from each side, Yvette Tovar of Lake Central and Angie Rich-Walski of Crown Point. Our athletic directors, Chris Enyart from Lake Central and Bill DeRolla from Crown Point. And the viewers at Facebook/Region Sports Nation, YouTube/Region Sports Network, and regionsports.com. This is Leo Staudacher thanking you for watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.